This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. They'll play this one here in Cleveland before the Cavaliers head back on the road. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Here's Jordan. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
On the wing, Mitchell. Outside, Towns. Pass to Mitchell. Over Hunter. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Boy, if you let Donovan Mitchell get comfortable shooting the basketball, you're in for a tough night. That's an easy catch and shoot.
Here's Hunter. Fires the three. He can't get that one to fall. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
All right, thank you, David. And the dunk by Towns.
Big-time slam by Karl Anthony Towns. Love when he's playing with this sort of aggression.
When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Now here's Jordan. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock.
Well, you can see that the long arms and presence of Jarrett Allen affected that shot.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Shawn Marion with the slam.
Marion, so springy. He gets off the floor quickly for that alley-oop.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And so he hits the technical free throw. When it comes to the game's elite scorers, Doris, Donovan Mitchell is certainly on that list.
Kevin, there's no question about it. He's a proven playoff performer, a natural leader who doesn't mind a team leaning into his scoring ability. And the beauty is he can do it in a lot of different ways. And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. 7-point differential. Here's Jordan. Rebounded by Allen.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's Towns missing. Clippers trailed by 7. Outside Jordan. Marion with the steal. Mitchell in the corner. Takes the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mitchell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
To the middle. It's tipped. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, on the wing, Marion. For 3, the Clippers grab the miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there. Straight power. The wide open look here for Garland. And the first shot of the night for him, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And a wide open look for Siakam. A three-pointer, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Now Mitchell. He's got 7. Outside Garland. Good, and the assist goes to Town.
Big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And here is Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Back to Allen. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And so it's Cleveland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Cavaliers?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Garland, that's for 2. Valanciunas grabs the board.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And as James Harden enters his mid-30s, Doris, he's still able to put his fingerprints all over a game.
It's so true, Kevin. Rumors of his supposed demise have been greatly exaggerated. This guy's able to create shots for himself and his teammates at an elite level.
Garland from deep three-point land. Pass to Okoro. Here's Garland. Dunn covering. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Towns for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland.
Now, Towns has said he believes he's the greatest shooting big ever. That's how confident he is.
Outside, Levine. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Strus's shot is good.
This guy is absolutely automatic. Strus's motion just so repetitive.
Harden scanning the floor. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Here's Mitchell. Banked in off the glass. Mitchell's got 9 points.
There is a level of physicality, and the frame of Donovan Mitchell allows him to finish through contact.
Alvarado with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And he makes good on the layup. And now a 10-point Cavalier lead.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Los Angeles making a switch here. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Well, the athletic ability of Pascal Siakam with a little sauce there.
Alvarado with it. Mitchell wide open. No good on the 3. 1:51 left in the first half. Alvarado grabs the board. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Mitchell outside. Floats one. Nice D from Levine. Clippers trail by 8. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Mitchell looking it over. Pass to Okongwu. Over Levine. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Jumps up. And then Levine with the jam.
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Levine has got a creative streak.
34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And here's Cruz. Here's Okongwu. Out to Wade. Tries again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And Jordan gets it to go. And now just a 1-point Cleveland lead.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Outside Garland. Here's Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
You got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 11 points. The rebound by Turner. Clippers trail by 3. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
that he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
Jarrett Allen grabs the miss. Here's Towns, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Towns has got the first points of the second half here for the Cavs. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Clippers trailed by 5. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Harden. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Well, if it's James Harden taking the mid-range, I'm fine with it. This guy is a 3-level scorer par excellence.
Towns, the screen. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. And that one, good. Towns has got 9.
Karl Anthony Towns will mix his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
Here's Harden. Kicks it out to Jordan. Screen by Valanciunas. Jordan drives in. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Harden. Lobs it up for Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Glides into that move, suspends in the air. Levine, nice.
Right side, Garland. From down in the low post, it goes. Garland's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Left side, Levine. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jarrett Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
So both teams changing it up here. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Just 4 to shoot. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G-League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Garland attacking. Yes, that goes in. Garland's got 4 points this quarter.
That's what we call a savvy move, folks. Darius Garland can get anywhere he wants using his instinct and his skill.
For 3, Levine. Jarrett Allen grabs the miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Both teams will make substitutions. There's a minute left in the third. Now here's Harden. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
A smart play by James Harden. Gets his advantage to draw the contact. He's made a living at the free throw line, guys.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell is he's already proven that in the playoffs he is willing to be a go-to scorer. He's committed to improving his game. He's got to continue to work at the defensive end of the floor.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
This is what makes him so dangerous. He's not just a shooter. Donovan Mitchell, adept at scoring in the paint.
Jordan down low. Cavaliers with the rebound. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Here's Harden. Outside, Levine. And it's off from 3-point range.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Outside Turner. Here's the 3. Allen with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The wide open look here for Marion. And he's good on the 3-ball. Marion's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Zach LaVine wants to score it, and if you play with contact, he has no problem embracing that.
At the line for 2.
And he can't hit the second. We know Doris that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has she shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Shots good by Mitchell.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Mitchell outside. Pass to Allen. And here's Garland for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Without a doubt, one of the game's most graceful athletes. LaVine just seems to glide down the lane.
The kick out to Towns. Mitchell right side. On the wing, Mitchell. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Screen by Siakam. Levine wide open. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Mitchell with it. Now defended by Levine. And then Mitchell at the dunk.
One of the real streak scorers in the game. Donovan Mitchell is heated up and percolating.
Siakam outside. Levine feeling it out a bit. Back to Siakam. Inside. Levine's shot is off. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Mitchell. Back to Garland. And another three for Cleveland.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And it's Mitchell at the jam.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Donovan Mitchell.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Marion outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And Levine throws it down.
Levine cooking right now, and if I'm the defense, I'm trying to make sure I knock him off balance.
Now Mitchell. So it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know they're fan